Welcome to a new What I Eat in a Day. I've been seeing blended oats on social media for a long time but never actually tried it. So this day I decided to make it, and it's basically the same thing as oatmeal, but you use blended oats, aka oat flour, instead of rolled oats. So I added oat flour, ground flax seeds, water and pea milk to a pot. Then I seasoned it with a pinch of sea salt, cardamom, cinnamon, and a tiny bit of ground cloves. I also prepared some warm berries, so I just added frozen berries to a pot and heated them up for just maybe 2 minutes so they won't lose all of the vitamins but still be warm, And it seems like it's important to stir consistently when making this oatmeal because while I was preparing the berries, the oatmeal had clumped together a bit, but I just kept on stirring and it turned out alright in the end. I emptied a vitamin D capsule and mixed it with my oats because I can't swallow them. And then I also sprinkled on some extra cinnamon on top of the oatmeal. I also added the warm berries. Lastly, I sprinkled on some hemp seeds and pumpkin seeds. This is very similar to the way that I make my regular oatmeal, but it's quite crazy that the taste can be so different just because you're using blended oats instead of rolled oats. And I mean it in a good way because this tasted really good and I will definitely make it again. Besides the oatmeal, I also had a banana and a cup of green tea. For lunch, I had leftovers as usual, and I had made a lentil bolognese 2 days prior, so I reheated that. But instead of eating it with pasta, I cooked some quinoa. I added a red cabbage salad to my plate, and it's just red cabbage and eyeballed measurements of apple cider vinegar, olive oil, salt and pepper. And it's really good and vibrant. And I had to add half of an avocado as well. Anyways, if you're making a stew or a sauce or whatever that you normally eat with pasta and you get a lot of food for leftovers, then instead of eating it with pasta every single day and get tired of it, you can switch it up and eat it with quinoa or rice or something else. I like to do that, as you can see, because I had already been eating this with pasta a few days in a row and I was kind of tired of it, but it works just as fine with quinoa. Before eating, I covered it with nutritional yeast. After lunch, I made myself a wheatgrass shot because I didn't have a lot of wheatgrass powder left, so I thought I might as well use it. Then there was Easter candy in front of me and I was tempted, so I had 2 of these chocolate eggs. And after that, I had a cup of dandelion tea. Tea. I am so bothered by the way I say tea, but I don't know how to say it differently. I'm sorry. I had been craving popcorn for a long while, so for my afternoon snack I made popcorn. So I added the kernels to a pot, then added some coconut oil, and since it's in chunks I had to wait for it to sort of melt and then swish it around so that all the kernels were covered in oil. Then I put on the lid and just shaked it. I added herb salt to the popcorn because I wanted extra flavor than just plain sea salt. And then I added nutritional yeast, and if you haven't tried popcorn with nutritional yeast, please do it because it's so good. Anyways, I had this bowl of popcorn, but there was much more in the pot, so I had about 1.5 more bowls. I also had some dark chocolate with sea salt. For dinner, I made a sweet potato, lentil, and ginger soup. So I started by adding red onion and garlic to a pot in a splash of water. Then I added carrots and 1 sweet potato that was cut into large cubes. I had soaked some dry red lentils that I rinsed and added to the pot as well. Then I added water with herb salt instead of veggie stock. The main reason I did this soup is because I had ginger root in the fridge that I wanted to use and I forgot to add it, but luckily I realized it before everything started cooking, so I added it. I let it cook for about 15 minutes, then I turned off the heat and blended the soup until smooth. Lastly, I added black pepper. I topped the soup with some pumpkin seeds, and I ate it with a piece of crisp bread with avocado, herb salt, and sauerkraut. After dinner, I had an herbal tea, and that's all I ate this day. It really was a day of lots of good food, and if you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos with healthy meal ideas.